Two former Tulsa educators are giving a voice to teachers all across the country with a new book, Relate Then Educate, The Untold Stories of Teachers by Teachers. It recently launched and gives a unique perspective of a classroom in hopes to encourage current and former generations of teachers. 2 News Oklahoma anchor Cori Duke sat down with the authors and shares their mission.
Inside this local bookstore, an array of fiction and nonfiction bound together to feed the minds of a community. But among the quiet corridor of books sits this one, making noise with its red decor and the words within.
And remember that no matter how difficult things get, how futile your efforts appear, or even how incredibly rewarded you feel on any given day, this work is worth it.
Relate Then Educate, a series of stories from seasoned educators telling first-hand accounts of heartache and joy in the classroom.
It's just so exciting to be able to give educators a voice to kind of uplift them and hopefully allow people to see and respect the work that they do, the hearts that they have, in ways that are not maybe readily visible.
Andrea Avey and Rick Holmes, co-authors of Relate Then Educate, are former Oklahoma educators themselves. They felt the raw emotion of a typical school day, the highs and the lows. They found that perspective was worth sharing in an attempt to shed light on the unsung heroes who mold the minds of future leaders.
It's meaningful and it's necessary to have teachers tell their story, because whenever you talk about education, there are other people's voices that are defining what education is, what's happening in the classroom, who are these teachers that work with your kids.
Rick says he realized with all the voices out there, teachers were not included. So he set out on a mission to interview teachers from all over the country.
What I felt was necessary was the ability for teachers to listen to teachers. So the teacher in the classroom who feels isolated, who feels alone, especially those in the first, say, 3 years of education, when they don't feel like they're doing a very good job. They don't really feel like they know what they're doing.
He says the book is to give those teachers a perspective of somebody else who can speak to those fears and insecurities and say, it's okay, you're not alone.
I think right now, particularly in our state, in our city, there's a lot of rhetoric about what these people are doing or what those people are doing. And in this particular book, you're able to hear, actually, I'm an educator and here's what I am doing. And I think that's really important.
The first-hand accounts also show how each educator found their path to the classroom and a unifying theme of love and commitment to students. It's a book the authors hope changes a narrative.
A part of this project has been to encourage teachers to say, you do have something to say about you. You are wise and you are well equipped in being a good person. And we want to hear those stories.
In Tulsa, Cori Duke, 2 News Oklahoma.
Relate Then Educate can be purchased anywhere you get books. Magic City Books downtown hosted the launch. They have signed copies there. They also have a podcast, which you can find that anywhere you get your podcasts. For more on the book and details on events stemming from the mission for those teachers, you can visit kjrh.com.